So the types of blockchain. Now, according to five, of course, five is reference down. You know how I reference my material. All right. We have some types of blockchain. One of them is the open or public blockchain. The open or public blockchain. Okay. So a public blockchain is one that has absolutely no access restrictions. So when we say there's a public blockchain, it's one that has no access restriction. Any node member can send transaction, record transaction, and become a validator. So remember, I've been talking a lot about the blockchain, a lot of possibilities with the blockchain. But the key thing is there are types of blockchain. So there's a kind of blockchain that is the public blockchain, which there is no access restriction. A typical example one, or a typical example is the Bitcoin blockchain. Okay, the Bitcoin blockchain is exactly public. If I want this computer of mine to be a node on the Bitcoin blockchain, what I just need to do is to install the Bitcoin client software on my system, do the necessary setup, and I'll start running as a node. My computer will be part of the node that are verifying, that are validating, that are doing things on the blockchain. Okay, so this is a public blockchain. Any computer can join the blockchain, become a validator, be able to do things on the blockchain, and be able to send transaction and the rest on the blockchain. So that's basically what we mean by a public blockchain. There is no access restriction. Any computer can be a node. It is open to all. Everybody gets to get the record of whatever has happened there and all that. Of course, I wouldn't connect my PC to the blockchain because I don't think the computational power is going to be so good enough to be able to even mine at any given point in time, because there are a lot of crazy computers now that are just dedicated to mining alone. People have mining farms. So I wouldn't even waste my time connecting my computer. But the beautiful thing about it is, once you have the client software, you can connect. It is open to anybody. It is open to anybody. So it is an open or public blockchain. Now, the closed or private blockchain is a type of blockchain with access restrictions, and anyone cannot join it unless invited by the network administrator. So a private or closed blockchain has some restrictions. Okay, not everybody from anywhere, from any part of the world, can decide to join and become a validator and start receiving records of things, and start sending transactions and all that. So for you to be able to join and become a node, I mean, of course, you know what I mean by a node. To become a computer that's part of the network, you need to be granted access, okay, by the network administrators, people in charge of the network. So this is what we call a closed or a private blockchain. We have another type of blockchain that is called the hybrid blockchain. So basically, the hybrid blockchain is a blockchain that borrows part of the features of the public blockchain and the private blockchain. Perhaps a typical example of what the hybrid blockchain could be is, just imagine a blockchain where every single person can receive record of transactions but cannot become validators. Okay, imagine a government agency wants to be transparent and decide to say, look, we are going to be doing our spending. Anybody that's connected to our node can get record of the transactions that is happening on this node. But not just anybody can validate or can create a new block. Just like we saw in the Bitcoin blockchain consensus algorithm part, where any computer node just compete, whoever wins is given the right to create a new block. But on the hybrid blockchain, they could just decide that everybody can get a record, but not everybody has access to create a new block or to validate. They have reasons for doing this. Okay. Then another typical example of what the hybrid blockchain could be is that perhaps you could validate, but you cannot receive any record, and all that and all that. But the idea of the hybrid is there is a level of restriction. So it uses features of the public blockchain and some from the private blockchain. Then the other is consortium blockchain. Okay, so consortium blockchain is more like a private blockchain, but across more than one organization. Remember, usually private blockchain, most people that use private blockchain are organizations. Okay, there's this organization that is in charge of, that has its own private blockchain, not access to the public or not used by the public. So of course, why is it not accessible to the public? Because the network administrator did not give access to the public. So it is a private blockchain. But a consortium blockchain is a kind of private blockchain, but not just for one organization, now different organizations. Just imagine the government leaders across the world, or say G7, they want to have a particular blockchain for themselves. So across organizations. So it's called a consortium blockchain. Now I have here as an assignment for you. Yes, find out what are side chains. We have something called side chains. So a lot of chains everywhere. So one thing I would like you to check up is the side chain. So as an assignment, do this, and please don't forget, do well to send me the assignment to my mail. Okay, just do it out and send it to my mail. If you are watching this on YouTube, you can just leave it as a comment down. Okay, down this channel. Or leave it as a comment when you find out. It's something you can Google easily. Okay, and check up. But I wouldn't like you to just copy from Google and paste. I would like you to listen to whatever they have to say on Google, refine it in your words, and put it out there for me. Thank you. So that's basically it for types of blockchain. We shouldn't waste more time on it. Now let's look at the generations of blockchain technology.